Reporting Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Choujin X Chapter 22. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And no, we ain't sponsored by Choujin. We ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and nah, we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much I promote Manga Plus on this channel, kind of surprising, right? And I'm just a one-woman and adorable kitty operation, struggling to keep a roof over our heads, and really praying to the anime and manga gods we aren't going to be homeless, sleeping on the streets. But if you love what we're doing, I want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, last chapter was fucking epic because you had Ozma, the morphing Choujin, just fuck everybody up, and he's going up against Tokyo next. Oh, yes he is, and I'm stoked for this, but we're getting a little insight into some of the lore here for this manga, and I'm stoked for that. So let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. In actuality, God has provisioned man but with one emotion, the ability to sense when another may be a threat. That is to say, fear. And that is from the War Choujin Queen. Of course it's gonna be a War Choujin that says that. And this chapter is titled Arm Wrestling. Some 70-odd years ago, the nation of the Choujin, Great Gelta, its president, the War Choujin Queen, invaded Great East Asia, including the land of Yamato. Oh God, you're making me think of my waifu, Yamato, up in One Piece. Yamato is the queen, period. The Great Choujin War marked the first time in history when Choujin were a key force in a conflict. The Hishizume festival held in Yamato was brought to a close when the Tama sounds familiar too, right, One Piece fans? Tamanagashi is with Tamanagashi a memorial to those lost in the war, which again we've seen in One Piece as well. We're seeing in One Piece right now. The vast majority of the lives lost in the battle were not Choujin, but ordinary humans who had taken up arms to protect their homeland, which we do see. We've seen this many a times. A good example is we just saw it in Spy Family, with Twilight. We've seen it with in Twilight's flashback. We've seen it in oh my god, we saw it in Black Butler with Baldo in his flashback during the American Indian War. We saw it, oh god, what's the other one I'm thinking of off the top of my head? Well, in general, duh, the World Wars, World War I and World War II. Anyways, the following is a surviving citation from Queen. I know the timing is very interesting because of Ukraine, which is affecting Japan, just so you guys know. So long as one person is joined by another, they shall, whether consciously or not, bow to the death. This really is making me think of Ajin. This is making me think of Ajin. Oh god, it really is. Not just Ajin, but I feel like, in a way, it's making me think of Jogon as well, with Nomen and Chiharu, because they did kind of bow to the death in a way. But I'm very curiously what do you guys think in regards to this? And it's not talking about it's not talking about like love and all that shit. Nah. I mean, look at Tokyo Revengers is another good example of this too. What's going on there? It's another great example of this. Jujutsu Kaisen, another good example. Too, what the shit going on in that manga is another great example. But god damn, Ishida, this art is just, oh, it's everything. Everything. And here we go. Yes. I've been waiting for this. Woo! Dude, Azuma's just letting Tokyo have it. Azuma, the drug finally worked then? Oh, we did inject Azuma! The drug finally worked then? I'm glad. I was afraid he'd been killed. That's right. If even I can become a Choujin, of course you'd be able to become one. But why is this happening? What? Good question. Why is this happening? Well, that's because Azuma wants to prove that he's stronger. He don't want to fall behind. Get to Lost. Somebody take my place. Anybody. Tokyo, huh? No, I couldn't. I'm a weakling. Who cares? Just do it. Come on, you haven't tried before. Do it. Do it. Ready, set. These transitions. Hey, you don't know if you don't try, right? Right, kitty, you don't know if you don't try, right, kitties? Oof. Woo! Dude, are they on a fucking truck? They're on a truck. They're on a moving truck for real? Fight! Ooh, they're on jumping on cars now. God, Azuma? Why? Heavy. What? What are these? God. Azuma, can you hear me? Answer me. Tokyo, why are you looking down on me? Woo! What are these chains? We wonder. Obviously, the chains gotta represent burdens that Azuma has to carry. That's what usually chains are. Chains usually are those burdens, those weights that you carry, that someone carries, and they just bring you down farther and farther and farther and farther and farther until you can't take it anymore. Oh, we know about chains in that way. We know about the metaphorical chains. Huh? Asuma! Woo! Dude, Asuma causing shit. Fight, Tokyo! Fight! Let me prove that you... What are you even doing, you doofus? What's wrong with you? Why are you... This isn't who you are. Please, Asuma, I'm begging you. So you want me to fight that bad? How about I fight? And then how about I fight full lamp? Asuma's our winner. Tokyo never stood a chance. He held out for a while, though. He's stronger than he looks. Obviously, Asuma was holding back. Hey, Tokyo, you and me next. Ooh. Told you I couldn't win. Oh! Tokyo was holding back. Tokyo was holding back the whole time. We've seen this before, too. So Tokyo has been holding back the entire time. But why, though? I know with Koichi in Vigilantes, his quirk was suppressed by his mama. We know about that. We know with Itadori in Jujutsu Kaisen, his situation is really unique because of the Kamo situation. And I guess it took until sucking his fingers for shit to get activated. But this is very interesting. I wonder if, I swear to God, this feels like an Achin situation. It really does. Like, what I mean is that maybe what happened here was that that eventually Tokyo would have become a Choujin, right? But what happened was the drug made him become a Choujin faster. It sped up the process. That's what it seems like to me. I'm really curious if you guys are getting that or not. It feels like the same thing with Azuma, because the drug was delayed on his end too. But with Azuma, it's so interesting. Those chains represent the burden, and the mask that's over his head has to represent the ignorance, right? Because he's been lying to himself for so long. That's got to be what it is. And he is, and with that quote, he is, what that queen was saying in this situation, he is chained to Tokyo. That's what Azuma is feeling like. Tokyo don't understand that. Azuma already knows it. Azuma has known it the entire time. Tokyo has never understood that. I'm very curious what you guys think about this. I think this is very interesting. That it was ultimately, remember at the beginning, Tokyo was the one that was saying that he felt like the vulture to Azuma's lion. And then we saw that that hyena was definitely a sign for this. That it was ultimately Azuma was the scavenger all along. Birds of a feather, though, right? You know what else this kind of reminds me of? I'm not gonna lie. If you read Call of the Night, you know what I'm gonna say. It's kind of like with Ku and Mihiru in that way, where everyone like looked up to Mihiru and thought Mihiru was like the best fucking thing, and it turned out Mihiru, Mihiru was having a lot of problems. He had he really didn't have a home. And you gotta wonder if it's something similar going on with Azuma, because those chains really say a lot in terms of burden. He is being chained down to something. What what is he being chained down to? Is he being chained down to Tokyo? I don't know. But he just, maybe once and for all, once he finishes this fight with Tokyo at full power, because that's what he's been wanting all along, maybe things will change. Maybe the mask will come off when he fights Tokyo at full power. When that mask comes off, it's going to be very powerful. The chains will He'll be able to control the chains of his own fate. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. It makes sense, that illustration that Sheeta put out on Twitter today. It actually makes even more sense. It does. I really think once this fight is done, that mask gonna come off, and we're gonna see something very powerful. And Azuma's gonna be an even more powerful Choujin. I do. I honestly believe it. But this is very, very interesting. What a turn of the tides here. What do you guys think? I really love what Ishida is doing. This is what I wanted to see from Ishida. This is exactly what I wanted to see from Ishida. But yeah, definitely this is very much giving me Ku and Mihiru from Call of the Night realness. That's what this is giving me. Especially in terms of of what happened recently, where Ku has tapped into being a half vampire, and Mihiru is envious because he wants to be he wanted to be a vampire first. Well, Ku was gonna be a vampire, said he wanted to be a vampire first, but you know what I mean. And that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like we're getting here. And I'm not mad at it at all. I like it a lot. I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy that we're finally getting more of the metaphorical and art and the depth, not just the art, but like the depth that Ishida. Actually, I think this is more depth than we even got in Tokyo Ghoul. I feel like similar to like what we've gotten with Four Nights of the Apocalypse and with Eden Zero. I feel like we're really getting into Ishida's evolution as an artist, and I'm really happy for it. I'm really happy with this. It took Azuma. It makes you actually kind of wonder if maybe something that was going on is if Ishida saw like what Nakaba and Mashima and Negi because of Ranger Reject and some of these other mangakas were doing, and was realizing that he was falling behind, needing to step up his shit. I wonder if that was the case. I wonder if he got inspired by that. I don't know. This is me putting a tinfoil hat on this, but I wonder if that may be the case here. Could be wrong. Because Tokyo and Azuma could represent two sides of Tokyo and Azuma could represent two different sides of Ishida, right? Tokyo being the strong, creative Ishida, right? And then Azuma being the one that's holding, the insecure Ishida, if that makes sense. That'd be very interesting if that's what's going on. I actually kind of would like that. But that's my tinfoil hatness going on here. But I'm very curious what you guys think of this chapter. I really love the direction this manga's going in. Ishida's really starting to pick up their stride. It took a minute, but I'm very, very happy with this. Very pleased. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kick it so I can keep bringing you more Choujin X content, few ways you could do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.